Here's how it is. There used to be a time when stories meant something. Characters had, well, character. Each one pulled their weight, kept you wanting to learn more. Things would get dicey, but they always pulled through. This was more than just a crew. This was family. No, before that. There was something richer to the source, deeper in the passion that each actor brought to the table. You could tell from the moment that pretty floral bonnet made its appearance to the first note of that Jane ballad.
Jane, the man they call Jane.
But all the way to them just being objects in space. These rebels, these heroes, veterans, these crazy bunch of yahoos, hell, every chance I can get to be on Serenity, I'd take it. For who would ever want to leave Serenity?
Nobody asked you, bold boy.
All right. Okay, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to Nobody Asked But. I'm your host, Tarek Bryant, and today's gonna be a good one. We're paying respect to the fallen in the sense of TV shows that have gotten the axe, the veterans of our time. About 2517 AD to be exact, Earth ran out of its resources, folks. Built ourselves to the brink of extinction. I'm trying to get my book here right so I can actually get a teleprompter. That'd be dope. Being the advanced creatures man is, we took to the stars, colonized, or terraformed, created other planets.
Each one terraformed, a process taking decades to support human life, to be new Earths.
Some rich with luxuries, and others not so much. Of course, as time went on, the central governments wanted to put control over everybody, police the galaxy in a sense. But the best way to do that, they thought, was to make it under their rule. Kind of like a little situation going on overseas. That's right, folks. We're going to be talking about the colonization of Palestine.
What did he say?
Yeah, it's going to get dark. We're going to be talking about the cancellation. No, we're not going to be talking about the cancellation of Firefly. I don't want to talk about cancellation of it. I want to talk about the brilliance of it and how it gave birth to a little movie I like called Serenity. And it's something that was just forgotten, unfortunately, but not for those who know about it. You know, us brown coats, the ones that still carry that fire for the forgotten show. Paying homage to the battle at Serenity, paying homage to the brilliance that is Joss Whedon. I'm not too sure what's going on with that guy. I heard there was some funny stories. You know, funny stories aside, the dude knew how to write characters.
What is Phase 2? Phase 2 is S.H.I.E.L.D. uses the cube to make weapons. Sorry, computer was moving a little slow for me.
He knew how to write dialogue.
In case you needed to kill me, but you can't. I know, I tried.
You're not the guy to make the sacrifice play. To lay down on a wire and let the other guy crawl over you.
I think I would just cut the wire.
And there's a reason that they picked Whedon to direct not only one Avengers movie, but two Avengers movies.
I got low. I didn't see an end, so I put a bullet in my mouth and the other guy spit it out.
And looking back on those at the current situation the MCU is at now, I can only say that those things are so. Joss Whedon's Firefly aired on September 20th, 2002, being canceled in December 2002. Thanks to Gail Berman and for quote-unquote low ratings. But when you play the pilot episode for the second episode and the second episode for the pilot episode, I think you're going to confuse a few folks.
How can you say that?
The fans made this show, the brown coats, hashtag brown coats. That's what we like to be called because we believed in this show. We loved sci-fi. And that's another thing, man. I grew up watching Westerns. I used to watch Westerns with my father, you know, Bonanza, Magnificent Seven. You got Westerns and you throw in some martial arts, you know, and then you throw in some science fiction with Star Wars, Blade Runner, all these different pop cultures. And I think that to my dad and I think that to my mom. I feel like it was the whole family. We all went to go see the movie. And you got this Western element mixed with this science fiction element, mixed with, you know, these amazing actors and these amazing characters, you know, Alan Tudyk, Gina Torres, Nathan Fillion, Jules State, Adam Baldwin, Marina Karen, I always have trouble saying her last name, but Karen, Ron Glass, and Sean Mayer, all coming back to portray these characters. 14-year-old Tark seeing this, it blew my mind because it was the Western element and the sci-fi element, awesome story, hidden meanings. Now I see them, but then it was just like, man, this is amazing. Fast forward 2009 or 11, my dude Steve Butnick, shout out Steve Butnick, Alec, you know who you are, puts me on Firefly too. And I'm just like, holy smokes, this was where Serenity came from. Me and him bonded over Firefly too. It shows you how great this show was, but also how powerful pop culture can be. And so you watch the whole series, and then you're just like, wait, that's it? I watched it with my wife, and even she was just like, wait, that's it? If they haven't watched the movie first, when you tell them, but we get a movie, then the eyes light up.
I am to misbehave.
Universal heard their pleas and reached out to the boy Joss, and here we go, let's make a movie. The beloved sci-fi western made its way back to the big screen as a continuation of the show, as well as a re-intro for the characters for those who didn't watch the show. If you want to pay respect to heroes who fought for freedom, stood up to a government that thinks it could make people better, and watch a fantastic science fiction movie too, because that's another thing. What was the last science fiction movie that came out? It was The Chosen, Washington's Son. I don't flock to the cinema like I used to. So that's why I'm here to let y'all know that there's things out there that you could watch right now, and that's Serenity. Let's talk about it. But first, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share, because boy, oh boy, do I know that there's a lot of brown coats out there that's gonna wanna hear about this one. Science fiction can offer the viewer immersion of a world that could just as quickly become a reality. I'm still waiting for my hoverboard, McFly. Not that little thing on wheels, I want my hoverboard. On the other hand, Western culture, like the Westerns, old school, like cowboy, the dialect, fashion, lifestyle, all can be relatable in some manner. Nobody asked me, but that's what makes Firefly. Its brilliance in adding, the Western and the science fiction element. They're on a spaceship, but then you have them use the water faucet, and it's like the water faucet you'd have at your grandma's house. There's even a line where Wash says, that's something out of a science fiction. Zoe says, "You're living on a spaceship, dear." And he's just like, so? It's like a normal thing, but to us it's like, no, that's science fiction.
What was that?
Did you see that?
It was funny. Its brilliance is in the mixing of that, along with the wonderful characters and stories. Rewatching it just brought tears to my eyes. We'll get into that. We'll get into my emotions later. My wife she didn't cry. She's not a baby like me. I was crying. Dude, acting as an 8-month jump from the last episode, Objects in Space. The crew are back at it, heisting, but now things are a little different. So now we know that River is a full-fledged psychic. She's a reader, and she's also a designed weapon by the Alliance. Questions are starting to get answered. That's the beauty behind this movie too. The questions that we started pondering as it ended the TV series, it's almost as if Josh was waiting for like, now I got the money. So now I can do what I want, in the sense of really fleshing this series out.
Simon, they know you've come.
So right off the bat, we see Simon rescuing River from the hospital, which he always talked about. All these things that we were told about in the show, nobody asked me, but I feel like Whedon was like, okay, I got the money now to make this happen. So we got to see that. We got to see the explanation of the Reavers and how the Reavers were created.
I already know you will not see reason.
The Alliance wanted to show me reason they shouldn't have sent an assassin.
Enter Chiwetel Ejiofor, and I really feel like I said that right. Man, this dude is awesome in everything he does.
Like this facility, I don't exist.
It's madness.
Madness.
It's love, in point of fact.
From the start, we know this is our antagonist.
I would put that down right now if I were
Would you be killed in your sleep like an alien pet?
Bruh.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he on X Games mode.
Young miss.
And from the start, we are terrified of him. Like, dude, it's like serious, bro. He whooped Mao's butt. In the movie, we see how far the Alliance will go in order to have dominance over the galaxy. Policing, conquer these people, bend them under their rule when they haven't done anything wrong, only try to justify their existence. I think that could leave somebody a tad bit bitter, you know? Ooh, that's icy. Ooh. Picture it. You're sitting on a beach, you're reading a novel. I know. Reading. What? I've never read before. Well, this time, buddy, you're doing it. Good job. Then all of a sudden, somebody chucks the book, chucks it into the ocean. Going in and out with the waves, the tide. Wilson! Wilson's just, she's out there, man. He's out there. Get him. Just swim out there and get him.
I'm sorry! I'm sorry, Wilson!
Dude, no one, I kid you not, bro. I have not cried. I don't think I've cried my hardest. Like, not even after watching Selena. Wilson was Firefly for a lot of people. When it was canceled, it was just like that. The only difference is Wilson never came back after 2 years. Wilson! These characters, the cause, the end of it, all are emotional. Just like every great story comes great characters. And the reality is that not everyone makes it. Death exists in Serenity, but that doesn't mean that it's sadness. Death doesn't always mean sadness. Sometimes it means the transition, the beginning, the cause, what they're fighting for. Always is freedom. Always is for those that are opposed. Or the reminder that there are people out there that still fight for freedom. Freedom from controlled happiness. The idea of making people better. I don't want to talk about the end because it doesn't really end. And that's the thing with Firefly. Those who know Firefly always keep it going. They always keep the booty burning.
Your light out!
As a Firefly should. Serenity. Now, unfortunately, it is not on any streaming network. We had to rent it, or you could purchase it. I think it's the same price. Firefly is on Hulu. So do yourself a favor, watch Serenity, rent it. It's a great movie. Even your girlfriend will love it, or your wife will love it. Y'all, that's what you should do. We watched the episodes. We kind of did like an episodic journey. When you know that she's in, when she says, "Is that it?" Like in a good way. No, baby, there's a movie. There's a movie.
They're not gonna see this coming.
Let's be bad guys.
My name's Tarek Bryan. This is Nobody Asked But. And if you stay to the end, make sure you like. But I'm trying to get those likes up so I can get it on the algorithm. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe because there's going to be another. It's fall. It's fashion week. Get yourself a scarf. Get yourself a turtleneck. Guess what movie we watching? Because it's a good one. It's going to get crispy. Peace out.
Nobody asked you, bold boy.